Good evening and welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. We begin with major breaking developments from the Middle East, where the war involving Iran, Israel, and the United States appears to be entering a dangerous new phase. Tonight's news includes a dramatic leadership change inside Iran, rising global oil prices, new questions about a deadly airstrike, and growing fears that the conflict could expand even further. Let's get straight to it. Iran suddenly has a new supreme leader. Oil prices have surged past $100. A deadly airstrike near a school is raising global outrage, and the war between Iran, Israel, and the United States may be entering what officials call a new phase. What happens next could reshape the entire Middle East. Stay with us. Tonight's top stories. Iran has named Mojtaba Khamenei, the son of the late Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, as the country's new supreme leader. A seventh U.S. service member has died from wounds sustained in the war with Iran. New video appears to confirm that a U.S. airstrike struck a naval base next to an Iranian elementary school, where more than 160 students were killed last month. Global oil prices have surged past $100 per barrel, the first time since Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022. And experts warn that Iran's leadership transition could determine whether this war escalates further or moves toward negotiation. Now let's begin with our first major story. Iran has officially named Mojtaba Khamenei as the country's new supreme leader. He is the son of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, who was killed earlier during the escalating conflict. The announcement came overnight from Iran's Assembly of Experts, the powerful body responsible for choosing the nation's top religious leader. The timing of the decision is significant. It came only hours after Israeli strikes hit oil storage facilities in Tehran, adding more tension to an already volatile situation. Iranian officials say the country must now unite behind its new leader. Senior political figures quickly pledged loyalty. And perhaps most importantly, Iran's powerful Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, known as the IRGC, has publicly declared that it will fully support Mojtaba Khamenei. That backing is critical, because the IRGC is one of the most powerful military institutions in the country. Their support signals that Iran's leadership transition could remain stable despite the ongoing war. But the choice of Mojtaba Khamenei is already raising serious questions internationally, and what analysts are saying about Iran's new leader may surprise you. Mojtaba Khamenei is 56 years old. He is widely believed to have wielded influence behind the scenes for years, but officially, he has never held a major government role. He is also not considered a high-ranking cleric, which makes his appointment unusual. Some experts say this could signal a continuation of his father's hardline policies. Former CIA Director David Petraeus described the selection as unfortunate, suggesting many had hoped for a more pragmatic leader who might ease tensions with the West. Instead, Mojtaba Khamenei is believed to have strong connections with Iran's conservative power structure, including the IRGC and the Basij paramilitary forces. Those groups are among the most powerful forces shaping Iran's security and political strategy, which means his leadership could have major consequences for the ongoing war, and the next decision he makes could determine whether this conflict escalates dramatically. Meanwhile, the human toll of the conflict continues to rise. U.S. Central Command confirmed that a seventh American service member has died from wounds sustained during the fighting. The announcement comes as military operations in the region continue. But one particular incident is now drawing intense international scrutiny. New video evidence appears to confirm that a U.S. airstrike targeted a naval base located next to an elementary school in Iran. That school was struck last month. More than 160 students were reportedly killed. The footage is adding to growing evidence that challenges earlier claims, suggesting Iran was responsible for the destruction. If confirmed, the incident could spark significant political pressure internationally, and it may complicate already tense diplomatic relations. But the consequences of this war are not only being felt on the battlefield, they are also hitting the global economy. Oil prices have surged past $100 per barrel. This is the first time oil has crossed that level since Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022. Investors fear that prolonged conflict in the Middle East could disrupt oil supplies across the region, and that could affect energy markets worldwide. In the United States, gasoline prices have already jumped 47 cents in just 1 week, rising to about $3.45 per gallon. Despite those increases, President Donald Trump dismissed concerns about the rising costs. He argued that higher prices are only temporary. According to the president, defeating Iran's nuclear threat would ultimately bring long-term stability. Energy officials at the White House have also described the price spike as a short-term disruption. But many economists warn that prolonged instability in the Middle East could keep energy prices elevated, and that could affect households, businesses, and global markets. But the biggest question tonight is not just about oil prices or leadership changes. It's about what Iran's new leader will do next. Security analysts say the coming days could be critical. Mojtaba Khamenei now faces enormous pressure. Will he seek revenge for his father's death? Will he escalate military operations? Or will he attempt to open diplomatic channels to reduce tensions? Right now, no one knows. Even U.S. officials have not yet issued a full response to his appointment. President Trump previously warned that selecting Khamenei's son as the new leader would be unacceptable. He also suggested that any new Iranian leader might struggle to remain in power without broader international support. Those statements add another layer of uncertainty, because leadership transitions during wartime can sometimes trigger unexpected moves, and analysts say a lot could depend on the first public statements from Iran's new supreme leader. When you step back and look at everything happening tonight, the situation is extremely complex. Iran has a new leader, the war continues to expand, oil markets are reacting, and global powers are watching closely. Moments like this can shape international politics for years, and the next few decisions made in Tehran and Washington could determine whether tensions cool down or intensify further. Tonight we covered several major developments: Iran naming Mojtaba Khamenei as its new supreme leader, the continuing human cost of the war, new evidence surrounding a deadly airstrike, and the global economic impact as oil prices surge past $100 per barrel. But now we want to hear from you. Do you think Iran's new leader will escalate the conflict or try to move toward negotiations? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want clear, verified updates on major global events like this, make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications, and stay informed. Thank you for watching and staying with us tonight. We'll continue to bring you verified updates as this story develops. Stay safe, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next report.